at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better.
But the difference is that me and most of my community don't genuinely celebrate when people are killed because they have a lot of money. That's the difference. Rating someone lower class terrible, rating someone higher class, that's a little bit better. What?
Henry College is like doing, at least Patrick Henry College is like doing.
Wait, is this his current setup? Is this like a current video, or is this like years old?
One good thing, which is that like, if you have these millionaire, billionaire WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
Teaching.
Okay. We're slowly fighting the war against LSF because of how brain rotted Hasan fans are that infest this place. XQC claims Kick is starting from zero despite being backed by gambling website Stake. What is backed by? I feel like, I know that people made fun of me last time and said that juicers were still like whatever. I feel like LSF is exclusively ran by Ms. Kids and Hasanabi heads right now. That's what it feels like when I read the subreddit over the past like few months. What does Kick having a lot of startup capital have to do with anything XQC is saying here? Like, starting from zero doesn't mean that you're starting with no capital. He probably means they're starting from zero in terms of, my guess is what it sounded like, is they're starting from zero in terms of market share and zero in terms of structure, right? Because he said 15 employees. Hasan does the Breaking Bad meme. It's all about me. Hasan instructing his fans to brigade. Brigade it, boys. Nice. Jesus. What is this?
Okay. Downvote a thread on screen. That's not enough. That's not gonna. They're not gonna fucking say this brigading here. I downvoted the Destiny. Go and downvote this dumbass Destiny post. Okay. There it is. Please ban me off this dumbass stupid ass okay.
What a wild time. I never understood why DGG freaks out whenever other streamers that aren't Destiny make edgy jokes and hypotheticals. Zero doubt in the mind that Chad in that clip would be posting based if Destiny said those exact words, LMAO. So I've noticed that like we've forgotten all of the rules and everything for why some jokes are okay and some jokes aren't okay, but I'll refresh your memory in case you can't understand it. If I did make that joke, it would be based and it would be edgy and we would laugh. But the difference is that me and most of my community don't genuinely celebrate when people are killed because they have a lot of money. That's the difference. A lot of people in Hasan's chat were laughing and joking and memeing that people died at the bottom of the ocean because of how much money they had.
The family had issued.
Rip Bozo except the kid. So nobody's a human except the child. Gotcha.
A statement basically saying that those on board had been.
Get fucked billionaires, maybe not the kid, who cares really?
Lost, and that obviously came after the earlier statement about some debris being found, and so we kind of went into the press conference assuming.
Sweatshopinaire and criminal libertarian.
Right? That's the difference. The difference is that we're joking and they're not. That's what makes it funny and that's what makes it not funny. That's what makes certain like, it's so stupid. That's like, This right here, this comment is the equivalent of saying like, why can a white guy not say the N-word, but a black guy can? It's arguably like the same type of thing. Because generally people, when they see white people say the N-word, they generally assume it's racist, where for black people, they generally assume it's not racist. Like, yeah, what a stupid point. It's called concern trolling. The reasoning is multifacetedly, intellectually dishonest, petty, and elitist. What a buzzword salad. Like, it's like, the funny thing too is if you're actually engaging your brain, it's so obvious, like the difference, right? Like if I tell a joke, but you think I actually feel it, it hits a lot differently than if I'm just like joking, you know? Like Hasan has historically, and his community have historically celebrated the deaths of like wealthy people dying. They have like made, you know, like all the kill landlords and steal their shit and, you know, laugh at cops that are getting attacked and shit. Like, yeah, it's just, so obviously people are going to take the jokes differently. Obviously I take the jokes differently, of course. I love how the femcells were unsuccessful in trying to cancel Hasan over this a month ago, and now DGG is going for a second attempt. I think they're getting tired of spamming basic necessity budget under every thread. Nobody's trying to cancel Hasan. Just because somebody says something that you guys say are dumb or stupid doesn't mean you're trying to get canceled. I don't know why you're trying to victimize yourself. He's the largest political streamer in the world. Like, why act like such victims? What even is the joke, though, that the richer you are, the more your daughters deserve to get raped? I'm serious confused what the punchline is. Ding, 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 ding. Irony is when the actual meaning is the opposite of the literal one. You have to understand that before you can understand an ironic joke. But that's not how irony works, right? Like, let me give you an example of an ironic joke. Like, if I say something like, I'm glad affirmative action ended so that black people can stay in shitty neighborhoods and go to shitty colleges where they belong. That's like an ironic joke because obviously I don't believe that. Obviously, I think black people should have the ability to go to good schools. Obviously, I don't like the state of education, right? Like, the joke is ironic. It's not true irony, but the joke is ironic because it's, like, contrary to what I actually believe. I don't think that, like, obviously, right? But what is the irony in Hasan's joke about wealthy people, at least they're raping other wealthy people? What is the irony? And it's harder to point that irony out when you guys legitimately do have unhinged takes around wealthy people. Like, I don't know where the irony is. But where is the irony? So the poorer you are, the more your daughters deserve to be raped. The opposite of the literal one doesn't make any more sense. True, ding, 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 that's right. The opposite take of what Hasan said doesn't make sense. What is the joke? Like, I'm going to explain this to you one time because I find it sad that you're so confused. The irony is that he doesn't actually think people should be raped, but is pretending to condone it within an exclusive group to show abhorrent it sounds when justified at all. No, that was not the joke. No, because you can't do that by targeting a group of people that you legitimately demean. No, I don't believe it works that way. No, I don't think so. If you switch the group to any other group, it would obviously sound just as awful. So when I say the group and justifying it, it shows how abhorrent any justification should be. Are we close to a chuckle now? No. If Hasan and his chat do justify the killing of rich people, then how different is it to justify rape upon them? You can't pretend Hasan randomly picked this group of people out of nowhere and has no animosity towards them. True. Like, the joke would work more if you were like, oh, like, I'm glad Hispanic people like have to go to these high rates of rape college because then at least it's just Hispanic people getting raped. That's obviously an atrocious statement, and it's obvious what the irony of the joke is. But when you're picking a group of people that your entire community kind of does like celebrate when they get killed or when bad things happen to them, the joke doesn't really work. Hasan fans trying everything nice. They don't care. They just want Hasan to interact with Destiny desperately. I don't think there's anything me and Hasan have to interact on, but nice cope. That gasps at this while saying protesters deserve death equal based. Oh, this guy posted 2 comments. Unhinged. I was just being ironic. LOL. Protesters doing what? Protesting. Is setting buildings on fire protesting now? Are those things the same thing? I'll answer for Eugenia's protesters burning down buildings past curfew, and I would do far worse than what Destiny suggested if some overweight tanky tried to Molotov my business. I don't think that was the word he used to narrow down which protesters he was talking about. Try again? Oh, he was just funny. I was going to say that's exactly what I said, but okay. Nope. Okay, nice. Rioters, and they do deserve death. So do bootlickers like you. Jesus. This is not a joke. Half true. I love when people else complain about whataboutism, especially when it comes to gambling, drama, then does whataboutism to defend certain streamers. True. The same way DGG talks about mowing down protesters. When have I ever given the take that protesters should be indiscriminately killed? Protesters doing what? I like how nobody actually like engages with the material at all. It's so crazy. Like the drive-bys. That's what Rush Limbaugh used to call it, the drive-by media. I like how they go from burning buildings to damaging someone else's property. Like you're just like kicking a sign over. You're literally advocating for mobs of random fucks to start killing others over CVS losing profit. Oh, God. I like how I know all their thoughts. Like, yeah, this is a guy that defends... Well, as long as you're shoplifting against corporations, it's okay. These are exact statements that Hasan has given on stream before, by the way. God, so cringe. Ugh. No, they leave it out because it's irrelevant. There's literally no difference between a protester carrying a sign versus one that is damaging property. How absolutely fucking deranged do you have to be to say that? What? So if a mob of Republicans start burning down black neighborhoods and businesses to protest Trump losing the election, do the black people just need to sit and let it happen, or does it suddenly become reasonable to fight back because you now feel differently about the protest? If their property isn't being destroyed or at risk of being destroyed, then no. Wait, what? They shouldn't start shooting fucking white dudes in the street just because they're sick of the protests. Wait, but he just said if the properties are being destroyed. Now you're saying if the property is not being destroyed? And I do love how you try to race swap this topic as if race has anything to do with not fucking killing random people you're not being threatened by. Wait, why are you saying random people? Jesus. So is he pretending to be offended by a joke? I'm not offended. I don't give a fuck what you guys joke about. I'm just saying that it's not, but you guys aren't joking. What is this? I don't understand, me of all people. Are you really gonna go to me like, oh my God, is Destiny offended? Like, yeah, bro, that's what I do on stream all day. I just find stuff to get offended by. Destiny, and especially DGG, should be the last to talk about edgy jokes. Didn't Destiny later tweet out bomb threats to actual human beings? It's like, I feel like it's so crazy, like the unsophisticated level of engagement these people have with like any type of edgy statement or humor. And it's funny too, because like when you're talking about these people and when they talk about like Friend World, or when they talk about like Pepe the Frog, well, now it's like, hold on. Edgy jokes that come from certain communities that might embody racial stereotypes and certain characters that might resemble those people is actually bad, because if you engage with that humor, then over a long period of time, what it does is it normalizes the concept in your mind that you might be more amenable to harmful stereotypes about those groups of people. So not only will you be okay with the humor, you'll be okay with harmful stereotypes, and then eventually true statements will be things that you're gonna be okay with, that or people making statements about reality that aren't true because all stereotypes are false, blah, blah, blah. Then it's gonna change the way you vote, and then it's gonna lead to fascism. Right? When it comes to Pepe the Frog, they're gonna write like a 27-page paper on why jokes are bad. But then when it comes to like Hasan being like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if rich people got raped more? Then it's like, oh, bro, it's just a joke. Who cares? Yeah, okay, dude. And unironically argue mass shooters have full moral right to gun down a crowd if they feel aggressed upon in any way. Jesus. Also, none of these things here that you're talking about, except for my bomb threat, yeah, none of these were jokes. I'm not like, there's no irony here. Like, what do you, like, why are you comparing actual political systems I have to like whether or not a joke is unhinged or not? Only a few things unite TGG. Love for saying the N-word in public, discussing the merits of incest and CP, and class solidarity. Jesus. Implying that the average Hasan viewer doesn't come from like an 8-figure family? Okay, dude. The most amusing part of it all is the guy who got banned off Twitter for targeting a sexual assault victim, directly telling her to kill herself and further get assaulted. Is that why I got banned off Twitter? Jesus. You okay, buddy? My DGG brothers, calm down, you didn't even react. What are you doing? Omega lol. Someone lower class, terrible. Raping someone higher class, that's a little bit better. What? Wait, where does this guy post at? That's a meme, you dip. Is it? I don't even know. I can't tell. 43 upvotes. That's just incorrect. The Soviets never allied with Germany. The Nazis invaded before any admission into the Axis could ever take place. They had a non-aggression pact which the Nazis broke, and then the Soviets pushed those backstabbers all the way to Berlin and freed Poland. Oh, hey, it's Can't Close Vim. Sadly, Ukrainian Nazis killed 100,000 innocent Polish civilians before Russia could free them. Rip to those. No, this guy was not joking. I think this comment is 100% serious. Jesus. Oh, good job, NM Wood. Jesus Christ. This dude is in the trenches. He's on all the LSF drama front lines. Gamba, Pokey, Hasan. He's everywhere. Oh, another LSF thread. We are going to be fighting an LSF, okay? They removed one of the threads. Did this other thread get removed? Oh, no, they removed both of the threads. This one had 700 comments as well. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, LSF on clips. Okay, that's fine. Don't care. Here we go, true. The takes on this website about why it wasn't that bad, some people died because they had money, were psychotic. True! It's not really about the money. They paid $250,000 to go to that safety nightmare. They willingly took a huge risk and paid tons of money to go down there. Okay, but like they probably didn't know it was a huge risk, right? Why would you ascribe so much agency to these people? Like you don't, like you kind of trust the people that you're taking rides from, right? Read the comments on the other screen. I don't care that much about having threads out. Wait, they willingly took a huge risk and paid tons of money to go down there. It's like rich people dying at Mount Everest. Mount Everest is different because you're like, when you go on a submarine, you're not thinking like there's a good chance that that would be my guess at least. Yeah, it was also a risk to riot. True. Hoscord incoming. Uh-oh. Oh, true. It's indefensible. I said at the time, a lot of us love edgy shit. I love to laugh at horrible events, but we know, especially among our close friends, we aren't actually celebrating someone dying or making fun. Yeah, true. Like, dude, there are some submarine jokes that were hilarious. And I think it is funny. It's kind of a up, but also a little bit of a funny situation. Some of the richest people in the world get into a tiny ass tube and they get crushed to the bottom of the ocean. There's a lot of dark humor to be found there. I agree with that. But it hits a lot different when the people that are joking actually think it's cool and funny that like wealthy people died. It's supposed to be dark humor because it's bad, not because you actually agree with it. Then it's just, yeah, it's not dark humor anymore. It's just like you accurately stating your belief. Yeah, it's like Nick Fuentes making Holocaust jokes. I make the best Holocaust jokes, okay? I felt like Vosh had a lot better take on the submarine accident in that it's fine to make jokes, as people make jokes about 9/11 school shootings. It's just celebrating the death of random rich people isn't praxy and it comes off as psychotic and spiteful. True. Both sides virtue signaling hard. Destiny does not give a fuck about these rich people dying or being made fun of. Hasan is doing it to keep in line with his rhetoric and image to make more money. Treasure. I mean, like, yeah, I don't really care. I didn't know the people. But I do care if people are like thinking it's okay to celebrate like the death of other people. That's kind of weird, unless you got a really good reason for it. NFT peddling loser, kick streamer, bitch made. True. Does Destiny not know about schadenfreude? Nothing about this is explain how this is schadenfreude, you fucking retard. If it was the case that these billionaires were like on a tour of their brand new slave factory, and during the tour of their slave factory, like one of the like machines killed them, that might be schadenfreude. But not random. They're not even like hurting anybody. I think that's like the saddest thing at all. Like there's not even anything happening. It's just like they just went on a submarine to go see some cool shit. Like that's literally it. Reminder Destiny joke, by the way.
My understanding is that the property.
Oh, to be fair, this is like schadenfreude is taking pleasure in other people's misfortune. I'm pretty sure there's a heavy implication that they're doing something that is like the reason why they're getting fucked with is like kind of ironic, or it's like contrary to something they're trying to do.
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude, whatever. Pleasure derived by another person's misfortune. I feel like when I use this word, when I hear this word used, there's usually the implication that they did something to deserve it. Like if some guy is like walking and like a tree falls on him, I don't think you'd say that was like schadenfreude. It absolutely isn't implied, you fucking retard. Sorry, I was being polite. I'll be more firm. You are fucking retarded. It is absolutely implied that way. Nobody says like, oh, I'm getting such schadenfreude from this because a person just like randomly has a really fucking shitty day. Usually there's some karmic implication. No, Destiny, I am German and it really doesn't matter. If you're German, you don't matter. I don't care about you because you killed my friend's people, okay? No one cares about what the word means in German, okay? We've taken it from you. There are more English speakers than German speakers, and we beat you in World War II, so now we're taking your words as well, okay?